Staten Islander News Organization is here this morning with Assembly Member Sam Priozzolo, newly elected as of November 8th, 2022. The 63rd Assembly District includes a good portion of Staten Island and includes in urban areas like Mariners Harbor and West Brighton to more suburban neighborhoods like Westerly and New Springville. Congratulations, Assemblyman Priozzolo.
Thank you very much.
Assemblyman Priozzolo, New Leaf had a plan to put a set of Tesla batteries in Our Lady of Pity Church's parking lot on Richmond Avenue. In case anyone doesn't know where that is, that's just north of Victory Boulevard on the west side of the street, right next to the Car Lane shopping strip mall. There were community concerns about safety. What's happening with that?
Well, fortunately, so this is a project I've really been working on since November. I went down and I met with Gina DeSantis from Moore High School. I know it as Countess Moore because, I'm an old timer. And I toured the site and I looked at where it was, and it was kind of ridiculous to put anything there.
Right.
Forgetting the health and environmental potential hazards, it's just taking away the usable space that the schools use as their staging area, because quite literally 200 feet is a charter school, a few more feet is more Catholic, across the street is public schools, there are a couple of other schools, and you're in, so the church, not so much in their parking lot, pushed it into a wooded area which has a stream, so then all of a sudden the environmental concerns for the stream seem to have disappeared. So it was really just a bad location. So I do want to thank New Leaf Energy for rescinding that application. I look forward to working with them, in future sightings. We've all seen the videos of buses, electric buses burning, electric cars burning. A few years ago, those hoverboards you were buying were burning.
They can't be put out very easily.
Right. Well, they can't be put out at all,
right,
depending on the size, right?
Yeah.
But these batteries, from what I've been told, can't be put out at all because they're just too big and they have to burn out. So I don't know how long it takes a mega gigawatt battery to burn out in a church parking lot, but I do know that depending on which way the wind is blowing is who's going to get sick, from the toxins and the gases, that are released. So we have to do better in sighting these. That being said, this is a great idea. We need them. It may help supplement our grids in the future. So I'm not opposed to them. This one was silly. So sometimes throughout the campaign, you'll hear somebody say, oh, why elect him as a Republican? He's not going to be in the majority. What can he do for us? Okay. So this is kind of a total myth to some degree, and we can talk about that, and this is what people need to say. There are two types of things that get done in Albany. There's one like bail reform, which is statewide, which that may be a true statement, that as a Republican in the minority, it might be difficult to have determinative outcomes or influence on what we're going to do there because I'm a minority. But there are also what we call local bills, and this is what blows that myth out of the water. Most people who are in Albany like to stay in Albany, and in order to stay in Albany, they have to produce for their local communities via a local bill. This New Leaf Energy thing is a local bill. Every assembly person has already agreed to sign on to it, and that is something that most likely will pass because that is for Staten Island. And other people aren't necessarily, the guy from the Bronx is not going to say, well, gee, that's what the Staten Island wants to do. Go ahead, let him do it. So those types of things will get passed. So when someone says to you, listen, the majority, if being majority is so great, we have bail reform. How great was that? So they had control to do whatever they want and they blew it. We're talking about NYCHA, we're talking about taxes, we're talking about education. This is what the majority has brought us. So let's not all hail the majority, but let's remember there are local issues, and that's really what I'm here to work on, are the local issues. So in addition to the statewide issues, but I'm really here to represent you. I need to hear from you. Sometimes we may disagree, and when I met with Community Board 2 the other night talking about this New Leaf battery issue, I think the batteries are a good idea, but they need to be situated and placed properly. So that's an ongoing conversation, and I do have a meeting coming up with them, and I think they're going to bring in some policy directors. I think they kind of understand that I'm not opposed to it, and maybe we can see, a path forward.